Hey everybody, I know it's been a minute since I've actually uploaded a video, and so I am so happy to be able to carve out some time so I can actually bring a video to you guys. It's been months. Nonetheless, I have missed making the videos and bringing you guys along my journey, and so much has happened with doing two businesses, all stemming from loan signing services, everything that has anything to do with the real estate industry, with mortgages. So I say all that to say, if this is your first time ever seeing a video of mine, welcome. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you are one of my repeat offenders, I am so happy to have you guys back. Thank you for checking out my videos. Okay, so I'll do a video just kind of like recapping all that has been happening with me and bring you up to speed. So if you are new to my channel, you'll learn that I pretty much don't edit my videos at all. I kind of just press record and I give it to you raw. I give it to you raw and uncut. For those of you who have seen my videos before, you know what's up. You know that I'm just gonna tell it to you right off the dome of my head, and we're gonna keep it moving. Okay. So hopefully the new year I can bring in some more videos, which will perhaps be in the editing process, because I would like to try to give you more of a broader sight on like my day-to-day functions. Okay. So this video, I had just said, hey, I just finished doing my processing my very last signing of the day, and I had dropped off all of the signings that I had today. And so I was just getting back and doing like some minor last minute stuff. Okay, so this video, I just wanted to come and bring to you about some of the questions that has been asked of me months ago. And I never got around to really go in depth with it. So I'm hoping that this can answer the questions to a lot of the questions that people have asked me in my inbox, right? So I get a lot of, what do you use as far as your doing your signings, and how do you get your signings and things of that nature? So it's kind of like a open-end question. So I'm just going to try to break things down. Before anything, you got to ask yourself, do I have my systems in place? Because that's first and foremost. A lot of times, people are so eager to get commissioned. And then when they finally get their commission, which congratulations, now it's like, okay, where do I go? Who do I, purchase a loan signing, like a loan signing training? So I'm not here to say what company you should use, but I've said before in my other videos, I've used Mark Will's loan signing agent, and I loved it. I respect how he's very passionate about it. I love the way he is very in-depth and detailed with things. And I like his style of teaching. I learned that way. And I'm very detail-oriented as well. So that worked well with me. So I do like Terry. She's the Notary to Notary. She has a lot of lives. And so either one that you choose, even the National Notary Association, first you have to just decide what works for your financial situation, and just what works for you, learning style, and you pick which one. So moving along, you've got your commission, you signed up for a loan signing training system, and you have invested financially into your printers, your scanners, your most important, your notary stamp, and things of that nature. So now it's like, okay, I've signed up for some loan signing services. What do I do now? The thing of it all is I find that a lot of people get stumped right there. They've spent all this money. They've carved out a little space in their place. And now it's like, okay, I'm ready to go. But the overload of information causes paralysis, analysis paralysis. Yes. That analysis paralysis will have you stuck. You're overthinking things. You have anxiety. You don't know what to expect because you haven't done your first signing. Most importantly, you got to get out of that. I don't think you can properly do this industry if you, one, do not work on your confidence level, your comprehension level, and being able to network and communicate with all parties. And that is the signers, the signing services, the loan officers, anyone in the title office, lenders. Those are who you have to have good communication skills with, and you have to be on go. You have to be on go. And what I mean by being on go is you have to be prepared to follow a system that you can create for yourself. That way, as you get the services, the signing, as long as you get your sinuses, as long as you get your signings, you will be able to go ahead and properly execute the signings from start to finish. I'm still caught up on sinuses. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of do like a little recap of what my systems are that I learned to create and put in place that allows me to do what I do smoothly and just, and error-free. The top, error-free. Because it's not about the quantity of the signings at first or ever. It's about the quality. Because if you can give top-notch quality service from the gate, which that should be your first priority anyway, whether you do 1 to 10 signings in a day, that's always going to generate money for you. Always. Because when you are building a network of loan officers, real estate agents, signing services, whether going direct or you have direct and you have signing services, there's no one way to do anything. You can always skin a cat multiple times, multiple ways, and still come out on top where you need to be and execute the plans that you put forth for yourself. Having those goals and executing them. So what I do is I always make sure for the month, I give myself a goal of how many signings that I want to do. And then it's how much money I want to generate by the end of the month, right? And by the blessings of God, I will be able to exceed that because 1, my systems is in place. 2, I'm always making sure I'm prepared and I'm on top of what needs to go and work for me. So first systems in place when I first started was making sure that I had a accounting, I want to say like an accounting app that I could use. I like to use Notary Gadget. Notary Gadget, I feel, is very detailed oriented. It is going to show you how many signings you have. If you've confirmed an appointment with the signers, you're putting all your information in that app. As well, I always have a backup, which is my own spreadsheet that I use on my computer. And it kind of is just a mirror reflection that if ever anything with Notary Gadget, all of my systems is in place in my own Excel and on my Mac. So what I do is when I get a signing and I accept it, what I do is I print out a confirmation letter. That confirmation form that I print out, I then will put it in a manila folder. I can't show you like a confirmation letter because it has all of the personal information of the signer and the title company information on there. So just know that when you have a a signing and you actually get accepted for it and you get assigned to it, print that out. So I print it out and I put it in one of my little manila folders, and then I put them into my little shelving system. So I'll have like my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday shelf, and all of the ones that's due for Monday, Tuesday, so forth and so forth. They've been all put in their own folders, stacked. So once I do that, I proceed to contact the signer. When I contact the signer, if they pick up, I'm able to go over and confirm with them the date and time of the appointment and the location. I always let them know to please have a copy of a non-expired ID, whether they choose to have a passport or a driver's license. And I let them know, should they have any questions before the signing, feel free to give me a call. And I just pretty much let them know if there is a witness that needs to be present, I let them know it is their responsibility to have a non-relative witness that will be there. If they do not have one, which is good to let me know ahead of time, I can work things out to where I will provide one if need be, and I will then contact title, or I will contact the signing service if I had one through a signing service to let them know they do not have a witness. I can provide, and that will be an additional fee. And that will be that. And they always agree for that. So after that is done, I go into the system. I put in that it's been confirmed. The appointment has been confirmed. And then I will go into contacting, whether it's the signing service or if it's direct. When can I advise me when the documents will be available? So a lot of times they'll give it to me the same day, or I'll get it the day before the signing. So I have my system to where I make sure that if I contact a signer and they do not pick up, I'll leave a message. If they haven't responded to me within 2 hours of the confirming, I will then text or email if the email is provided. I then will follow up with an email to title or the signing service. Please be advised I have left 2 messages or a voicemail. Signer has not yet confirmed. Also, if I have not received the documents, I'll go, please advise when the docs will be available. So I have a cutoff time. If you have not gotten to me within the hour of me needing to do the signing, then please, I will let them know I have confirmed or I was not able to confirm the signing. I have yet to hear anything back from title or signing service. Please be advised, please be advised the time is is not consistent with me being able to provide the signing, to complete the signing as well as to continue along with my day. So my other signing, so I'll say, please reassign the signing to another notary. And believe it or not, so many people are chasing the money that they don't realize that when the title hasn't gotten the documents back from the lender and it's just this waiting game. I have other signings that is on go. They are CLC, they're clear to close, and they're waiting on me. So when I see that title or the signing service, no one is on top of their game, and it takes nothing for them to hit me back and say, hey, I'm still working on the docs, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. When I don't get those type of responses from a title company, then I know that I need to go and stay on top of them and let them know, please be advised, if docs are not handed to me, delivered to me within an hour, please reassign this signing to someone else. My cutoff time is anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, okay? And I try to do 2 hours if there has been like no contact. But an hour, if they're kind of like, oh, I'm still waiting, I'll get those to you shortly. And it's like, okay, the time is coming up. And when they see that, they're on go, like, I apologize. I've had that happen to where they have still paid me, not the full amount, but they have paid me a convenience fee because they know I've worked and did all of my protocols. I was on top of it, and I'm not the one to blame. And that somewhere they dropped the ball in communication. That is the most important. If you still haven't gotten the the documents from the lender, if title hasn't, it's their responsibility to keep the notary in the loop, because there are so many signers out here waiting. They're waiting. They've adjusted their schedule. They're expecting you. And so it's important that you don't allow title to get to the last minute. You don't let them get you to the last minute, because should there be an issue, now I'll also contact the signers and say, hey, I'm noticing I've reached out to title. I haven't received your docs yet. There may be a possibility that the signing would have to be either rescheduled, or your times are going to have to be pushed back if the lender doesn't give title the documents in a timely manner, because I have no availability after said time. And so, of course, you'll have signers, they're going to be irritated with that, but they know it's not your fault. They know that, hey, they get on the phone and they call their loan officer or they call title, and then they have to deal with that. They'll call the lender, and then things get done. I've had it to where because I've handled and I kept them in the loop, that they'll say, well, I prefer her to come. And so if I say, hey, my availability is not until later on the day, I have other signings, I can put them in as my last signing. And some will say, okay, and some will say, okay, we can reschedule. Are you available tomorrow? Or we'll have to find another notary. And that's fine, because when that happens, I tend to get more business from title, because they know what to expect from me. They know that I'm going to be professional in my emails. I'm going to say, hey, I'm just looking for an update, so that I know to contact the signers to brief them on what to expect. And they love that, because it's like, okay, yeah, you contact them. And so, which I don't mind, because at the end of the day, they may be upset, but they're going to have to still deal with title anyway. They're going to have to deal with the lender anyway. And so when you know that you're doing the right thing and you have your systems in place and you do not rear off from that, and you actually get up daily and you know that your documents are printed and you had enough time to make sure that you request them, that they get them to you. Now, you're not going to get documents all the time, a day or two ahead of time. Sometimes you are down to the wire, but again, communication is key, and that's how you're able to work with it. A lot of times you'll get documents and they're printed and ready to go, only for you to get an email and say, oh my gosh, you have to scratch that. Those are not the correct documents. And then it's like, okay, now we're in negotiation. Those documents have been printed, and I am going to have to go all the way back to my office to reprint new documents and then drive out to the signer. And so that's where your negotiating power is, and that's where you get to start building your fee list. So with the systems in place, I'm going to recap. When you have start out, you want to make sure your systems is in place. When you are assigned a signing, make sure that you have printed out your confirmation form and you've read through whether they want, a specific color ink. If any of the description details and comments and remarks that they may have in red, so you understand this is what you need to do, or even if it's in black, read it thoroughly so you know that there's no special directions and instructions for you to do specific things for certain documents, right? Once that's done, you put your documents in their own separate manila folder. So if I have Mr. Brown's signing at Monday at 8 o'clock, and then I have Miss Taylor at Monday at 10 o'clock, she has her own folder. Mr. Brown has his own folder. Everything is done. I will print out 2 copies, one for them to keep, one for all the documents to be signed and returned back, okay? Put my briefcase together, which will consist of my stamp, a whole lot of extra pens. I will have paper clips. I have a personal stapler. Just anything that you need to just have for you to get the job done, right? Hand sanitizer, alcohol wipes, foot covers, all of those, you know, will be in your notary bag. So after your systems is in place and you've done the preparation, what you do is you want to make sure you contact signers that you are actually confirming appointments. Upon confirming appointments, you want to go ahead and let either the signing service or the title company know that, hey, I have confirmed with the signer, or I still have not received any confirmation back from the signers. Please advise if there's another telephone contact number or if there's an email that I can contact the signers in order to get a confirmation from them. Once that's done, you receive your docs. You want to always please advise, when will I receive the docs? When will they be available? Once they let you know the docs are available, the signer has already confirmed. Now you're printing up. You're basically printing up the documents now. You're scamming through, looking at what needs to be done, making sure that you're not running out of ink. Things are legible. You know, you can see what you need to see. You can scan and see if things need to be initialed or whatever have you, right? So once that is done, you're off to your signing. When I'm finished with my signing and I have a little thing that I do, I scan all my documents, even the ones that do not want a scan back. I scan all the signed documents and I put them in their folder. I put them in a folder with the original documents that was sent to me. And I go ahead, after that's been scanned, I go ahead, before you scan anything, you do want to make sure you look through everything. All of your notarial acts is properly done. All the signatures have been acquired. If there's any initials, you just want to make sure everything is completed as such. And then I go ahead, I scan those things back on my computer. The reason why I do that, because you want to CYA, you want to cover your ass. You want to make sure that you have everything that you're shipping back to the title company that you have. So if they say, oh, you did not send back this document or the signers didn't sign that, you always can reference back the very last thing, which is the signed documents, okay? So what I do is, after it's packaged, I'm just using an example because I don't have any UPS labels near me. So the packages are either in the letter or legal size, because you have to always make sure, no matter how long you've been doing it, and this is especially for those who do not have a double tray printer, make sure that you are using Notary Rotary page sorter. And you're just making sure that if there is any legal size and letter size mix, make sure you are printing them correctly, because that will save you a heap of trouble. So if I have a mixture of legal and letter, they all go into legal size. If they're all letter, they're going to go into the letter size. When I'm done, I actually put my documents. Let's say it's going to be shipped with FedEx. And then, of course, I will then double my protection. I will use the little plastic envelope, and then I will place the label onto the plastic envelope, and then I will then proceed to put the shipping label in here, and then I'm on my way to UPS or to FedEx, and a lot of times I'm on my way to both. And So I never have ever done any signing, and I've been doing this for a year, where I've never had not done a receipt. I always believe in being very detail oriented and always making sure that I get a receipt. I do not just drop off anything. So I'll have like a manila folder, and it has like my FedEx receipts. Then I have one that has UPS receipts. This happened to be, because I've been busy, I will, excuse me, I don't want to show too much. Ooh, see? So that is just a reason to show me that I need to finish scanning all of them. So when I get my receipts from FedEx or UPS, I put them in the manila folder, and then I probably wait like a month, and then I go and scan all of my forms into the system. So I'm a person that will have paper as well as electronically, just in case one is, destroyed or whatever have you. I actually will have the ones that are backed up in my computer system. So the reason when I do make a copy for the signers, I actually print up the shipping label for them, because I let them know you can also go the next day onto the website and you can track this just to make sure, for peace of mind, that the document has been received at the title company or the lender. And believe it or not, they love that. I actually had someone text me and was like, oh my gosh, I'm on pins and needles. And I understood, because they had went through a lot to finally get to the closing table. They've actually had where a notary came before. They thought they were going to sign everything. Something happened. The notary did not do a few things with the documents. Some of the signatures were missing. It was overlooked. And the notary had placed their stamp where it was not eligible. It was like kind of overlapping words. And so it was just not going to be acceptable. And it was also like, no, and it was on the deed. So it was just too many errors. And instead of that notary, like seeing their errors and saying, I'm going to work hard to correct it, they did not. So I actually had to come in and do it. So it was one of those, listen, we had a bad experience. I want to know you're doing what you need to do. So when the person went to check for the shipping label for the tracking, of course, he put the information in incorrectly. So he did contact me. He was very, very, very anxious. And I immediately went to my computer, pulled up the receipt. And I went into Notary Gadget, where they actually have you put in the tracking information. You can click on that highlighted tracking number, and it will take you to FedEx or UPS or DHL or whatever, and it will pop up and let you know this is either going to be delivered by 11:30 a.m. today, or it's already been delivered. And sure enough, I was able to send that to him and let him know it's been delivered. And he was just so excited. He was like, I'm so sorry. I see where I put the information in incorrectly, but I thank you so much. And they were clear. Believe it or not, just being able to show professionalism and be very detailed oriented in my own systems, and just with the way I interact and handle my business, you don't realize you have signers who may have refinanced when you went there on their primary home. And then I have signers request me because now they are purchasing another investment property. Then they're refinancing another investment home, or they bought a second home. I have had repeat business from the same people, believe it or not, throughout this whole pandemic, because people were just taking advantage of refinancing because of the rates. People were selling rental properties. They were purchasing more. And I was able to see them multiple times at the request of them with their loan officers. So believe it or not, the loan officer was able to give me business. But when the signers liked the way I worked, they contacted their loan officer that they were working with, and whether it was the same loan officer or someone new with a different lender, and they were able to say, we prefer her. She's a notary. She did this and this and that. And that's how I've gotten, loan officers from California, loan officers from, the Midwest, like Texas. Hey, I was aware that you had a signing for someone in your area, and I'm able to go, oh yes, I remember such and such. And it's like, what is your fee? They are refinancing, or there's a seller package, and it's just snowballed into me gaining business that way. So I just want you to know, have your systems in place when you are starting this journey, or even if you've started and you kind of just been winging it, it's never too late to start creating a new system for yourself. Everything you do, you should have that paper trail for yourself. So I use Notary Gadget, and I also use my own Excel sheets, which mirror each other. And I know what my profits are. I know the mileage that I drive to go to each signing. I know the notarial acts that I have on each signing. I have my receipts for my gas. I have receipts for any like my membership in the National Notary Association. Also, any type of purchases I've made from the NNA. I also, all of my Staples accounts, and whether I purchase from Quill. All of these things are placed in a system for me where I'm allowed to run my business effectively and be able to be not only networking, building my business, being strong. I also make sure that I keep an open line of communication, and I always stress that from all my videos. And I show up the way I want to be seen by these people. I walk into multi-million-dollar mansions on a daily, whether it's a condo, single family, multifamily, or mansions. I'm giving them me 100% suited up, briefcase, ready to go. If I come across any issues where signers are not so easily wanting to sign, they still have questions, they have doubt, I'm on the phone, I'm contacting signing services or my direct, and we're going head on with it. Or if I have to go to an office and we do it, they love that I'm efficient and I get it done. I can do another video just on showing how I explain the documents and get it moving. 1, 2, 3. And I time myself. Now, I always make sure I'm not making them feel rushed, but I'm always letting them know, I respect your time. I respect my time. These are the documents that we have. If we can sign without a hitch, we need to stop and, regroup. If there's a little snag in a document that you're unsure of, then we can go to the next one. As far as, okay, I wasn't able to get your title on the phone. Let's finish proceeding. Let's put this to the side. By the time we finish and get back here, I'll leave a message. I'll tell them, or I'll email. Before the end of the signing, we have gotten things prepared. So when you know how to stay professional, when you know how to conduct yourself as, hey, I got this. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to be confident, and we're going to get this signing. I always let them know, should you not feel comfortable and you want to stop the signing, we can do so. I can contact signing before the loan title company before I leave, just to make sure everything is okay. And because I have that personality where I make them feel comfortable and I'm letting them know that I can give you options. I'm here to be a neutral third party, but I'm here to make sure that, hey, the end game is for you to feel comfortable, have the document signed, and also I have protocols in my own system and business I need to follow, as well as me following the protocols that the lender, the title company, or the signing services have in place for me to follow due to me having the business from them. So if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to put them down in the comment section below. I'm always here for any kind of input and just get a idea of what you think, and let me know what your systems are in place so that we can evolve and educate each other on different ways to better our business and grow, because this business is definitely a lucrative business. It's also a great business to have a balanced work life, and it's great to be able to go between signings and be able to pick up some groceries in between some signings and get a few dry cleaning pickups, and all of that is a great thing to have, your balanced life, and I love that. I love the freedom of it, but I also know that it's a business and it's no joke. The real estate industry has so many moving parts, and we are one of the many moving parts that come at the end. And it's also important as a tip, learn to stay afloat with the real estate industry, the mortgage industry. It's always changing. There's always new regulations. There's always new things. You want to know what the new things are in place, because a lot of times you'll start seeing new documents and you want to be able to get familiar with them, because every mortgage loan is not a one size fit all. It's very customizable to the specific borrower or seller. So it's so important that you get familiar with the different type of documents, as well as being able to know what the new trend, so to speak, or the new regulations and everything are in this mortgage industry. Because I tell you, through the pandemic, there has been so many things that was placed on hold, and things were adjusted and put into place for the very simple reason that we were going through the pandemic. There are documents in here that are to protect lenders as well as buyers and sellers, for more like the borrowers and the lenders, due to COVID. So those documents were never in packages before because there was no COVID. So now that COVID has come around, there have been documents that have been put into play that signers have to sign and to state, hey, I have not been affected by COVID. Employment is still good and things of that nature. So just a little tip, stay afloat in the mortgage industry. It will help you tremendously, and it's so knowledgeable, and it's a really good industry to actually just learn and be informed, because loan signing is just the tip of the iceberg on what you can start to get in the door to learn different things, and you can choose to do other avenues in the mortgage industry with real estate by just getting in the door of being a loan signing agent. So again, I think I've done this video a little too long, so I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll have more videos for you guys on a whole bunch of different things, and just to keep you abreast on the new projects that I have gotten started and businesses that I have started. So again, all my best, and I'll see you soon.